Hello everyone, welcome to our homeschool channel. We are here with another exciting story. Look at the sun outside. It's a bright, sunny, hot day. The temperature outside is 47 degrees. In Kuwait, usually it's very hot. But I like sitting in the sun during the day in my lounge. Let's begin our story. I like being alone. This is a story about a girl, Brenda, who has got a big family. She doesn't have a room of her own. That's why she is often very grumpy because she wants some privacy. She wants to be alone sometimes. There is always noise in her house. We will see that she figures out a very good solution for this problem. She is actually very brave to come up with such a solution. Let's see what's inside the story. I Like Being Alone by Betty Wainwright, illustrated by Christina Stasiak. And this story is also published by the same author as our first story, Raintree Stackwin Library. It was published in Texas. Texas is a state in the United States. Ooh, I like the illustrations. The pictures are very bright in this story. I felt grumpy. I wasn't sure why. "This is great," said my new friend Jason as he looked at the bunk beds in my room. "You're so lucky." I pointed to a top bunk. "That's mine. The bottom is Gretchen's. My brother's room is down the hall. Andrew's crib is in my mom and dad's room." See? This is Brenda, and this is her new friend Jason. Jason is actually the only child, and that's why he has got a big house. He doesn't have to share his room with anyone. He doesn't have any sisters or brothers. But Brenda doesn't feel very happy that she has to share her room with her brother Gretchen. There are so many people in her house. And look at the room. This is her pet. This is Andrew, her younger brother. And this is Gretchen, her sister. These are the bunk beds. You see? This is the bottom bunk. And the top bunk is for Brenda. We went downstairs. Kurt and Peter raced by. Eric and Gretchen were playing a game at the kitchen table. See? Kurt is their dog, their cat. And Eric and Gretchen are playing in the kitchen table. This is Gretchen, her sister. This is Eric, her brother. Andrew pushed a truck down the hall. This is Andrew. And this is another brother, and this is his friend. Andrew pushed a truck down the hall. In the living room, Tim watched TV with his friends. So we can see everywhere, in every part of the house, there are people. It's crowded always. See? That's why she feels grumpy all the time. Here we can see this is Gretchen. This is Tim. I think he's helping clean up. And Gretchen is feeding the cat. This is Andrew. This is Andrew's truck. "You're lucky," Jason said again. "You always have brothers and sisters to play with." "It's okay," I said. I was thinking about Jason's house, where there are no brothers and sisters. Jason has a bedroom all his own. I would like to be alone sometimes too, I thought. Yes, that was what was making me grumpy. I love my family, but they are always right there, every minute. See? The game on the table. These are Andrew's toys. My family is so big that sometimes no one notices if you are feeling grumpy. Aunt Rose noticed me though. Let's see. So here we see the whole family is at the dinner table. This is mom and this is dad. This is baby Andrew. This is Tim, Eric, and this is Gretchen. This is Brenda, and this is Aunt Rose. Look, Aunt Rose notices that she is upset about something. That's why Aunt Rose is talking to her. Very thoughtful of Aunt Rose. She's very nice. That means she's very careful. She's very caring about Brenda. She cares about how other people feel, and she likes to solve their problems. What's the matter, Brenda? She whispered that night at dinner. Want to come to my room for a while after dinner? Aunt Rose is the only person in the family who has her own room. She pays rent for it, and Dad puts the money in the bank. If she pays the rent, then maybe she's their paying guest. Well, the reason could be maybe she's paying guest, or maybe she's their relative. She's an aunt. Here we see Brenda has come to Aunt Rose's bedroom. She's sitting on the bed and looking out the window in the starry night. And look at her face. She looks very fascinated. And actually, she looks very happy in Aunt Rose's room. Aunt Rose's room looks very clean and tidy. There is nothing on the floor. I sat on the bed in Aunt Rose's room. This is nice, I said. It's your own place. I looked at the bed, the dresser, and the bookcase. Aunt Rose had made them herself. We talked for a while, then I looked out the window. An idea began to grow in my mind. Do you have any boards left? I asked. In the basement, said Aunt Rose. Do you want them? Yes, please. I gave her a hug and ran downstairs. What do you think? What idea might have hit her mind? She's looking out the window. There is a big tree outside, and the starry night. There is moon. Let's see what's on her mind. Ooh, here we see her in the tree. She's going to make something. Looks like she's going to make... Anyway, let's see. Let's keep it a suspense. That evening and the next, I worked. I made pencil marks on boards. Aunt Rose helped me saw the board and nail them together to make a strong platform. On Saturday, I got up early. I carried a ladder to the only tree in our backyard. I pushed the platform into the low branches. Then I climbed up and pulled the platform higher. Soon I was at the wide, safe place I had seen from Aunt Rose's window. I rested the platform across two thick branches. See? Here she's taking the platform up the tree. So if you remember, when she was sitting in Aunt Rose's room, looking out the window, that's when an idea hit her mind. When she looked at the tree. So I think she got the idea that she could use the tree to make her own place. Like a small nook. And here she's sitting up the tree. The platform is already set up between two strong branches. Who is this? I think Dad. What do you think you're doing? A voice asked. It was Dad. He sounded worried. I'm sitting in my tree house, I said. This is my very own place, Dad. I made it. It's not bad, he said, walking around the tree. I'll get some rope and help you tie it in place. See? The platform is not tied to the branches yet, so it means it is not safe yet. Everyone came to see my treehouse. Aunt Rose brought nails and more boards. She showed me how to make slides around the platform so I wouldn't slip off. See, this is the platform, and I think this platform would serve as the floor or the base of her tree house. Here we see her sitting in the platform, and there are some more boards around the platform. Looks like she's building her tree house. It was a perfect day. I took books and a banana to the tree house. At noon, I ate my lunch there. It was strange to eat alone, with only the birds for company. When I went back to the house, I felt as if I had been very far away. I like being alone, I thought, and I like being with other people too. Yeah, this is her problem. She wants to be with other people and she wants to be alone sometimes. That's what we all want. Here we see her family, mom, dad, Aunt Rose, and I think Gretchen. And this is her brother. And she's got a torch in her hand, a flashlight. That night I asked, "Could I sleep in my treehouse tonight, please?" Mom and Dad looked at each other. "You will be lonesome," said Dad. "I'll miss you," Gretchen said. "I think it sounds like fun," said Aunt Rose. Aunt Rose seems very supportive. "I guess it would be okay," Mom said. I put on my pajamas and found a sleeping bag and a flashlight. See? She has a flashlight in her hand and this is her sleeping bag. The sleeping bag matches her pajamas. She's wearing green pajamas and the sleeping bag is also green. Interesting. "I guess it would be okay," Mom said. I put on my pajamas and found a sleeping bag and a flashlight. "You can always come inside if you want to," said Dad. But I shook my head. I had my own room at last, the biggest room in the world. The sky was the ceiling. See, she's very brave. She's not afraid of sleeping alone outside in the lawn, in her tree house. Wow, she's got her biggest bed above everyone, and the whole city is behind. The sky is the ceiling of her bedroom. I lay awake a long time. I listened to the crickets and the sound of the city all around our house. Chirp, chirp, chirp. The crickets, of course, in the lawn there are crickets. I thought about things I might do when I grow up. I could see the moon through the branches and I said, "Hi, old moon," right out loud. I watched the lights go out in our house. See, the lights are going out. In some of the rooms the lights are on, but some of the rooms the lights are going out. It's a nice scene. Looks very nice. I woke up in the middle of the night. The wind was blowing hard. The trees seemed to bend and sigh. Leaves skittered across my face. The moon was gone, and it was very dark. I looked out at the blackness. Then I heard a noise. There was something below the tree. Something alive. I could hear its feet rustling through the leaves. Tiptoe. See, Brenda looks very scared. She can't sleep. Who this could be? Can you guess? She has got the flashlight. She's gonna see who this is, what's going on, because she's a brave girl. I wanted to slide down into the sleeping bag and close my eyes tight. Even more than that, I wanted to cry. But I knew I had to find out what was there, or else I would be too scared to sleep in my treehouse again. I found the flashlight and leaned over the edge of the platform. "Who's there?" I asked in a shaky voice. "Oh, who's this?" The flashlight showed Aunt Rose's face. She was wearing a bathrobe. "Are you all right?" she asked. "When the wind started, I thought you might be afraid." I took a deep breath. I'm fine, thanks. I called softly. I was so glad I had looked. If I hadn't, I would have been scared all night. Sleep well then, said Aunt Rose. I heard her steps going away. I lay back in my sleeping bag. The moon peeked out from behind a cloud. See, this is a cloudy night. And we see Brenda is sleeping now in her sleeping bag. Looks like she's no more scared. Tomorrow, I'll let Peter, Gretchen, Eric, Kurt, and Tim take turns sitting in my treehouse. I whisper to myself. Jason too. But it will always be my place when I want to be alone. Your very own place. The wind seemed to sing, and then I fell asleep. And this is end of the story. Isn't this nice? It's an interesting story. She builds her own tree house, and we know we all like to have our own place sometimes, because all the time being around people is not fun at all. You can't focus, you can't think of creative ideas with if you're among people all the time. The noise doesn't let you focus. All right, this is end of the story. Tell me, do you like the story? What do you learn from this story? And also let me know, do you have a bedroom of your own, or do you have to share it with your siblings? Bye. Have a good day.